Gary's on as well. Cool. Bo. Just turn your cameras on, guys. There should be a little camera. Gary, should be a camera on the bottom of the screen, mate, and on icon, just click on that and that should come up. Hey, Mal, how are you, mate?
Where am I?
I can hear you.
Oh, hello.
How are you, buddy?
Good, thanks, Brett. And yourself?
Very well.
That's good.
Hey, Bo.
Hey, Brett, how you going?
Hello.
Good, brother.
Hey, Mel.
All righty, how are you?
Yeah, doing well. Yourself?
Yeah, can't complain.
That's good.
Doing well.
Look there. There's his face.
Guys, if you can hear us, it might take a little bit of time just to log in, mate, and then you'll there'll be a little camera at the bottom of the screen. How's work been? Bo?
Yeah, good. Busy ever since I got back from the holiday, so that was nice. Yeah,
Cool.
kept me busy, kept me grounded and focused. It's
That's
good.
good, mate.
How's your back feeling? Fully healed?
Yeah, I still get a few aches occasionally, but overall, mate, it's good. Yeah.
Are you going to watch out for the steps this weekend?
Yeah, hopefully it'll be a bit too dry to worry about the steps. So we're gonna. Hey, Simon, how are you, mate?
Good.
Guys, for some reason your microphone's not connecting, mate, so we might be able to hear you. But on the bottom left-hand side of the screen, if you use your cursor and go down, there's a little video. Okay, now we can hear you now, Gaz.
Oh,
Now we can
the
unhear you.
microphone.
You just clicked off again.
Next to the microphone.
Next to the microphone, mate. Click on both of those, and they should both come up. Hey, Stu.
How you going, Brett?
Good, mate.
Oh, that's Stu.
You just use your cursor, mate, with your little mouse, and just go to the bottom left hand, and a little panel will pop up. On the bottom of the panel, there should be a little microphone and camera. You just click on those. Are we all good?
Yep, good. Thanks, Brett.
Stu just walked away. I'm sure he can hear us. What if I share my screen? Will that help?
Sorry.
Okay, I'm going to share this screen.
Oh.
Okay, Gaz. Oops, I want that to show. See, there's a panel here. There's a panel on the top of the screen. It'll be on the bottom of your screen, but it's got these two little icons there, mate. If you click on both of those, they should. So if I and you can hear me again, and then my screen will go off and you can't see me. So you just have to click on both of those, and that should hopefully get you back on again. I'll stop that share. Either way, I'm sure you can hear us. Give me a call, Gaz, if you need to. I've got my mobile here, mate. I can run you through it. Stu, I've got 8 minutes to go on the Sylvester Stallone doco, mate.
Say that again, mate.
Sorry?
Say that again.
I said I've got 8 minutes to go left on the doco for Sylvester Stallone.
All right. It's good, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Thought it might get a bit deeper into some of the stuff, but yeah, no, I sort of knew half the stories behind some of the stuff, which was pretty cool. So
Yeah.
self-made man. No disbelief in himself whatsoever. Just kind of worked. So
Yeah. 100%.
welcome, brother Les.
Yes.
I haven't heard from Tim. Bo won't be making it. Ben is caught where the fires are at the moment, so he won't be making it either. He's dodging a few fires, so he won't be on here. We've got a few fires up this way. I'm I'm assuming they've got some down Bunbury Way as well. And Gaz, I didn't think you'd make it either, mate, but all good. Okay. I think that's about it. Just a quick check-in. How's everyone doing? Mal, I'll start with you, mate.
I'm doing good. Yeah, really good.
Cool.
Yep.
Oh, and James is on a fishing competition this weekend as well, so he's out
That's
in the
right.
middle of nowhere fishing somewhere, so he's not going to be here either. So I hope you caught some fish, James, and you bring it down next week for us to eat. Bo,
Yes. How am I going? Overall, good. From a personal standpoint, got couples counselling coming up, so I'm a bit nervous about that. So I'm actually looking forward to heading away next week and kind of putting all my attention and focus into that. So hopefully that grounds me. So yeah.
cool. Thanks, mate. Aho. Simon,
I'm going well. I had 3.5 weeks in Europe, which is very enjoyable. It was very enjoyable. I have had just come off 2 weeks of the flu though, which has not been so pleasant. But I am recovered and feeling well. So all in all, I can't complain about life. It's all going very well. In a good space mentally, good space at work. So relationships, all that's going pretty well. So looking forward to this weekend, catching up with all the brothers.
awesome, brother. Well done. Glad you're feeling better. Aho. Stewie.
Yeah, good. Life is peachy. Can't complain. Yeah. So just looking forward to surgery and hopefully my hip getting better. And maybe sleeping and not feeling like I've been in a car accident. So that'd be good.
Good plan. Thanks, brother. Les.
Hi, brothers. Yeah, doing pretty good. Life's been pretty crazy lately, so looking forward to December and January off work. Not at work at all for 2 months. Going to enjoy it. So yeah, I need some time to myself and bit of family stuff. Kids at Christmas, so it'd be good. So
Nice.
yeah, been good.
Nice.
Got James right here now with me, so he's a little bit flat at the minute. It's had the bug, so we're going to go and ride the motorbike in the bush later and enjoy a bit of time together. Yeah.
Blow the bug out the back end, mate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just keep them out. Oh. Hey, buddy. How are you?
Hi.
Hi, bro.
Aho. And we won't just wait for this last bloke to come on. He's just dialing in and he's just waiting for him to kick in, I'd suggest. That's him there. No video, but audio. Hey, Mo, how are you, brother?
Good, thank you, Brother Brett. And Paul, sorry about my tardiness. Had some comms issue on the phone and laptop. Anyhow, I'm here and it's going to be my dog tones. You won't see me.
You're a bit echoey and distant, mate. We can hardly hear.
Okay, can you hear me now?
We can now. Yeah.
Perfect.
Alrighty, I've had to go to laptop now mode. Okay, all good.
Sweet. Welcome, mate. How you doing, Mo?
Thank goodness I work for a digital health, mental health and wellbeing company, hey? They've employed me not for my digital programming or other skills, that's for sure. Anyhow, no, all good. Thanks. Good to see a few of the older faces on the call today as well. Welcome.
Good to be
New
here.
ones. You got Bo. You haven't met Bo before, but you'll obviously meet face to face next Thursday. So and Bo did the last one. He's been doing a fair bit of work on himself before and after the workshop. So and then you obviously James, who's came to the I think the second or third workshop maybe. So and then Gary as well, who you can't see or hear because he's having some technical difficulties, I'm assuming, as we do. Okay. So just to run through, we'll go through bits and pieces. Shout out if you get any questions at all. As usual, it's about a 3 o'clock arrival. Tim and Mal will be at my place, and so we'll get the trailer packed up and that on Thursday morning and head down there we'll be there about 3 o'clock. We'll pick up the key on the way, and we'll be setting up obviously at Dwelly where it's been more regular recently. And it's about a 4 o'clock finish on the Sunday with pack up, and then afterwards we have a bit of a debrief. So if you can hang around for maybe half an hour, 45 minutes, and we just sit back, have a cool drink or a beer, and just have a bit of a debrief, share some of the big moments over the weekend, have a bit of a laugh. Usually take the piss out of me, which is all good, and just have that nice little moment of bonding together, and a thank you from us for such a big weekend. Just for James, Gary, and Bo, and obviously a reminder for everyone else, this isn't my workshop, it's our workshop. So if you have any ideas or suggestions along the way, please be free. It's a bit organic. I've sent you through the running sheets, so just keep those to yourself over the weekend. We'll cover that on Thursday anyway. Bring a copy along for yourself so you've got access to it. The timetable has changed a little bit. Last time we were a little bit, we made the Warriors Journeys all day Sunday, and we threw, rather than doing a meditation and a movement on the Sunday morning, we went for a back to nature first thing Sunday morning with a bit of a walk down towards the river. So we dropped you off about 3/4 of the way there. Someone will take that. I think, Mal, you took that last time, didn't you? From memory?
Yep.
And then we meet everyone. The rest of the mentors will meet everyone down there, and with the cars, and we'll do a bit of gratitude, mindfulness. The back to nature would be. Did we do it there or on the way down, Mal? Back to nature stuff.
Down there.
When we got down there. So we did back to nature when we get down there. So we all do that together, and then we'll go for a bit of a swim first thing in the morning, go back, and then that opens up the day to get as much in as we can and give ourselves a bit more time. So if you need to adapt anything, we can. I know the Cartman Triangle went really, the Cartman Drama Triangle discussion we had one time extended on a lot longer than we thought, and other times it's been a bit shorter. So it just depends. And what it means to be a man in today's world, those sort of two will work around what happens over the weekend. Other than that, it's pretty similar, but we've just opened up the Sunday mornings a bit more, so we're not so rushed, and we can get all through the stuff we want to get through. The teams, everyone see their teams? It's, where are my teams? Okay. Team lists. So basically the way I want to structure it, with any luck, is to have myself, Mo, Stu and Ben as basically the leaders within the group, and Stu and Ben know, and obviously Mo know how everything runs through each different aspect of the workshop. So for Simon, I've thrown you the deep end. I've got you a couple of leadership roles there, mate. So one in the Revolution room, which is obviously the room, and one is the nourishment kitchen. Now, the reason why you've got two is I want you to delegate a lot of the stuff for the kitchen. Okay. Yeah. So that leadership be passed on, but also Kim loves you being there because you're so well organised. So, and you've got Stu and everyone else to support you in that space as well. But I want you to get more involved in the room, mate. There's a leadership in there as well. And again, just delegate the tasks. Les, I know we put you in the leadership role as in the outdoor team, with Gary and Tim and I think James or Bo as well, was it? James, yeah, okay. And that might change. Les is still sitting on the fence when it comes to his work. They haven't come to the party just yet, even though he's been on them for a good month or two. So we will find out on Tuesday if Les is even going to be there. But at the moment, we're planning that he will be there. And if not, then Ben will take over that leadership role there. Okay. And when it comes to the music, etc., that's pretty much shared between Stu and Ben and Les. But I want all the other mentors who are comfortable behind the computer and the music to please step in and take that role as well. Even though you've been allocated roles, it's basically we all support each other in that space. when it comes to roles for the indoors and outdoors and the kitchen, especially for the new guys, your team leaders will run you through those roles on the day or on the Thursday before we start, and you'll have ideas through the time code what you need to get done and prep beforehand. In the kitchen aspect of things, the guys are pretty much all over it because it's a bit of a dodgy kitchen. It's a great kitchen, but the oven is a bit dodgy, so we have to work around that a bit.
So in essence, you've got to, put the log of wood in there and start at least 5 hours before we start cooking. Yeah, got it.
Exactly.
Very, very rustic, Brett. Very rustic.
Very rustic. Yes, yes. Most of the food is just all pre-cooked and just need to be warmed up. Except there's no chocolate brownies this time because I'll be staying. Bring your workbooks, bring your mentor shirts if you have one, your medallions and your bandanas, the usual stuff. For the new guys, bring some old shirts for the Saturday. Okay, shirts that you're prepared to lose, because sometimes we might lose a shirt or two. Okay, and don't forget you bring your chair. So that's all important. You might have seen if you've checked out the running sheet, then you may have seen that there is a little space at the end of day one. Oops, wrong one. I'll just double click on that again. My apologies. Where are we? Let's go to here. Oh, please tell me I've saved it. There it is. At the end of day one, we've got the welcome register. So that will be James and Bo. So you guys will be at the front welcoming the guys there. Again, we'll run through this later on, but it's basically you just have to make them feel really comfortable, really welcome, answer any questions they've got. And because you're both chiropractors, you'll both be the first aid crew as well. And obviously you've got myself there as well if need to. So well done for volunteering for that role. I'm sure you
Especially after a couple of the Warrior Journey engagements. Yes, we may need all hands on deck.
Yeah. We've been lucky so far. We've had very minimal issues or injuries at all, but we're very mindful. Don't laugh, Stu. Okay, we had one last time. Okay.
No, I was laughing at Mo's reaction.
Well, which was?
I'm still recovering from that over the shoulder throw.
Yeah, sorry, there was that one throw. Yes, and my broken ribs. Yes, good point.
Oh, yeah, and toes and earlobes and all the other major joints in the body.
Cut your toenails, man.
Yes.
Yes, definitely.
Anything else? So, okay.
And if you've got really long hair, probably worthwhile, cutting that as well. Nice haircut, Brett.
Thank you, mate. Yes, nice and short.
Yeah, I'll go get mine.
I'm your Les. I like your hairstylist.
Perhaps you all should rock up like Mo and Les and see how we go.
That would be
and
awesome.
Ben. Maybe
Ben as well.
Yeah, and Gaz isn't too far behind, I don't think, remembering.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on. Ben, so we're going to have the Warrior King. So the 4-minute walkout will be Mo, Ben, Mal, and Gary. Gary, that might be a bit daunting for you, mate, but all you have to do is hit the drum for us. So, but we want the senior men, what's am I looking for?
Elder.
The elders within the tribe to be there. So that would be great, mate. If you could do that, if you're comfortable with that, I'm sure you will be. If you have no rhythm, mate, that doesn't matter either. We'll also be looking at a couple of 3-story shares. Stu, I want you to be one of those, if that's okay, mate, to start with.
Sure.
Because I want you to create that bond. Stu has to duck off on Friday afternoon, be back before we start on Saturday morning. So for a family thing. So he's gonna make that connection with all the guys when they first move in. Actually, Stu, what we might do is get you out there at the front as well for the welcome.
Okay.
Yeah.
And once they've all arrived, then you can come back in and leave it with the other two men.
Okay.
Okay, I think that'll help with the connection a bit more, mate.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Cool.
Okay, let's do that. That's a good thing as we go. So yeah, so we'll talk about the shares on Thursday. Ben and Les, if you're there, Les, with the sword bearers. Otherwise, we'll adapt that. Mentioned first aid already. The morning movement, we'll discuss that. So we need someone to do some morning movement work on the Saturday morning, and then someone to do the meditation as well.
Count me in for movement.
Sorry?
Count me in for movement.
Okay, thank you, Mo.
I'm happy to do the meditations.
Thank you. So, Mo, and Simon, thank you, men. We'll need a couple of guys to hug it out on Saturday night. Ben is doing the archetypes, and we'll need someone else to act with him because Stewie won't be there. James is a photographer, so I'm going to get James to do some photography work for us over the weekend as well. And because we've got probably, hopefully 11 blokes there, it'll actually open him up to do a bit of photography work and maybe some video work for us as well, which would be awesome. And Tim will help out with that as well. And for the testimonials at the end. Any questions for any of that, guys?
Yeah, just missed who's partnering Ben in the archetype storytelling.
We'll discuss that on, unless anyone wants to volunteer, we will discuss that on Thursday and just do it on Thursday night, the run-throughs. Okay. Tim did it last time, and he did a pretty good job, actually. So very good job. It was amazing because I didn't expect him
Big shoes.
Gaz, welcome, brother.
Didn't take long, did it?
Who's that young man staring back at us?
Bloke with not much hair, apparently.
Sorry, Gaz.
It's all right, mate. I'm not that quick on the uptake, but I'll get there.
So everything so far, mate, you're all comfortable with?
Happy days, happy days.
Sweet, mate. And you guys are all safe, are you?
Yeah, good. They've downgraded to watch and act.
Okay.
Sweet. Yeah. Contained, but not controlled.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you're safe, mate. That's the most important thing.
Easy.
Gaz, you'll be outside with Les or Ben, and obviously you'll do a little bit of work on the kitchen as well with the guys. And you don't have a lot to do on the Friday, but you'll be running around a bit on the Saturday to getting stuff done. But it's all good fun, and the guys know exactly what to do and how soon you have to be out there. In regards to all the roles we play with different processes, men, we'll have some training on the day, the way we catch, the way we hold through the Warriors journey, how we have to protect each other, how we guard and look after the people who are watching. All that will be run through at different times. Okay, so by the time you get to lunchtime on Friday, you'll be feeling pretty confident and probably pretty nervous or excited at the same time. But that's a part of it, and even when we still do it now, we still get a little bit nervous beforehand. The energy starts to pick up, and it's an exciting part of the weekend, that Friday leading up to when they arrive. It's pretty cool. Gaz, just want to check in with mate. How are you doing? So we can get to see you earlier on.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty good. I haven't quite come good from getting back from work yet because I'm old and it shatters me a bit. But yeah, I'm good. Head's good. So I'm good.
Good, mate. Thanks, brother. Okay. We have got a couple of guys. One guy who is so far we've got 7 people booked in, and we could have 9. Okay. I'm 90% sure we're going to get 8. One of the guys is checking with his work. He's wanted to do this for a little while, and he's sort of hummed and ahed, and he's finally, I think he might come along. But there's another guy who's been around this space on my Facebook page for quite a long time, and he's with the DVA, which is the Department of Veteran Affairs. And for the last 2 weeks, he's been trying to get them to pay for the course. So if that's the case, that's a big win for him, and it's a big win for Momentum as well, because that means we get to dive into that space where those vets need some support in a different way. So he messaged me yesterday. He's meeting with his worker on Monday or Tuesday, I think it was. I can't remember which day it was. And they want a report back afterwards from him about the weekend. So I'll talk to him and help him with that as well, I think, to make sure we get it the way, if he's comfortable with what we do and whatnot. So we'll work through that.
Brett, is he a return service person, or does he actually work for DVA?
No, he actually is a return serviceman.
Okay, and
Mo, I don't know much about his story.
okay,
to be honest, he's just contacted me through Facebook, and we've had a few messages. We've had a call probably 2 years ago, I think, from memory, but I don't remember what it was about. So I haven't actually spoken to him yet. He just wants to come to the workshop.
all right.
So once I get to that space, I'll then find out, and I know we have to be very, very mindful not to trigger him. We have to be mindful about how we do his processes, because we want him to let it go, not dig things back up again.
Yeah, the reason I was saying is that possibly, I don't know, 75, 80% possibility that our lead psychiatrist in the vet space would more than likely be his consulting doctor.
Okay.
And he absolutely is a massive advocate of what we're doing. I've informed him of that, and he was actually hoping to influence DVA around providing financial support to others to do a workshop. So I don't know how we can broach it with him, but if you're able to get the name of his doctor, and I know there's patient-doctor confidentiality, but that said, there may be, if it is our doctor, there may be ways by which, based on the workshop itself and and the processes, that I can have that conversation with the doctor and find out this person's overall status, because he may be under a mental health plan, he may be under a DVA counselling support, he may be connected to other associations like Soldier On and Fortum, who provide mental health support. So sorry to occupy a lot of space just now, but just know that, and everyone, that this could be quite significant, positive, but it could also be a very significant impact, not dissimilar to Mate and current Fiery, who obviously experienced quite a significant Warriors journey.
Yeah, so thanks for that, mate. That's good. Don't take as much time as you need, mate, for this sort of stuff. That's what we're here for. Well, that's good. I'll reach out to him on Monday morning and just see where he's at, and see if he's prepared to depend who his person is, and if he's prepared to allow us a little bit of access in that space. To help him on the best for his best journey. That'd be great.
Absolutely. And the other thing is that, and again, knowing how DVA operates, and it's really, really quite complex to say the least, but yet there is significant funding for return vets. It may also, through the doctor, be able to be positively engaged and supportive, and potentially aid the funding part of the process. If his doctor sees the benefit of, then the doctor will be an advocate for. The ex-service person possibly also has an advocate that he or she needs to talk to, and also see whether or not that advocate can provide support as well. Like letters of endorsement, etc., which will add to his case for funding.
Okay. Yep.
All right.
Beautiful. Thanks. That's good.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we'll find out more on Monday. Oh, the first thing I'll do is Monday morning is contact him. His name's Andrew. So I'm not sure. So on that note, we've got a guy coming in from Queensland and Andrew both need lifts. So Ian will be in Perth Central, and Andrew will be in Subiaco. So I'm trying to organise. Speaking to a couple of the participants on Monday, but speaking to 3 of the participants on Monday just to double check on all those guys, and just to pre-frame them for the weekend. I'm going to try and see if one of those or 2 of those guys can pick up those 2 on the way through. If we can't arrange that, what we might have to do is get them to catch the train into Mandurah, which should be easy enough from where they are, and we'll just basically have to get someone to drive out to Mandurah train station and pick them up, and then hopefully someone will drop them off on the way home by that stage on Sunday. Otherwise, we'll organise something for them. So yeah, but we'll play that by ear over the next couple of days as well. We'll run through all the different stuff with the men. There's a lot of different stuff going on with just a whole variety, like it normally is, a whole variety of stuff. A lot of people pleasing stuff going on, through some of the men I noticed. A couple of them got some trauma. They didn't know they had trauma. One in particular, he's been gambling quite heavily. He's stopped that now. He's done a GA, but it all started. His downward spiral started when he found his dad dead from suicide at the age of 15. And he didn't know until a couple of months ago that was a trauma, an emotional trauma. So he's quite open and very positive in his growth. So his name's Wes. So it's going to be a lot of interesting cats there. We have got a police officer coming too. Okay, so
Okay.
I've known Mike since we went through the academy together, and he's an inspector in the police. So it'll be an interesting journey as well, and be very mindful that what we do and how we do things, as we always are, and we'll just be ourselves and do what we need to do. Gary, do you want to say something there, mate? I saw a smirk coming on your face when I said that.
Got nothing to say without a lawyer.
I'm up for the challenge and stepping up. So definitely beat that he's a mate and similar earlier history, etc. Do you know what the undertones are, what the issues are?
It comes back to his parents, all about his parents, and
Okay.
the love he doesn't feel like he got from his dad.
Okay. All
Not
right.
his parents didn't love him, but just wasn't treated right. But and he's been a people pleaser ever since. He's just put up with another girlfriend. His wife cheated on him twice. As in, she cheated on him. They separated. They got back together 2 years later, I think it was. And he was a single dad looking after the kids. She was having a single life. They get back together again. She cheats again, calls it over, meets another girl, and he does everything. He's a very gentle heart, a really nice bloke. Always been a really gentle, genuine guy. And of course, she just keeps putting up roadblocks. She just had all these barriers, and she was obviously, and he can see now she's a narcissist. He sees all the red and yellow flags now, but he didn't see him when he's in it, because all he's trying to do is keep her happy. So he has no boundaries, and he just tries to be a people pleaser all the time. And he understands that. He can see that. He just wants to get to the core of it. And then on top of that, and I think he's pretty okay with this, his son got diagnosed with brain cancer at the age of 15. He knocked that on the head. I'll try that again. He beat that when he was, by the time he was about 18. And then early this year, he got it back again about 18 months ago, 2 years ago, and he lost his battle with cancer early this year. So he lost his son early this year as well. So you throw all that on, and there's a lot of different layers. He's pretty mindful about that sort of stuff. So I think he's worked through the loss of Tim pretty well. But we'll see what comes up for him on the weekend as well. So
Yeah. Cool. Thank you for sharing, Brett.
And thanks for yeah, taking that space for me too. That's much appreciated.
Just,
brother.
just quickly, Brett, in relation to the returned serviceman that you were talking about, the other brothers don't know, but that guy that I met on Wednesday in Bunbury, chance meeting at the tower in Bunbury at the Lookout, we've been chatting every day. It's formed quite a picture of myself, let alone him. He's dealt with the PTSD extremely well, I believe, and he's in a really, really good space. However, integrating back into society as such, and he's an older guy, but still fit and able. It's the social side of thing with women. So, yeah, starting to sort of see a bit of a picture there with him. So he may be an opportunity later on down the track to come to a workshop. So been chatting to him extensively. Yeah, so I'm starting to learn about that space a bit.
You have that sign in your head, mate. I'm open to talk.
Friggin' big magnet.
That's good, brother. That's good.
Uh,
Okay, what else have we got? I think we covered most of that. So I just want you to give me a little bit of your intention for the weekend and what you want to get out of the workshop for yourself as well. So Mal, I'll start with you. I'll throw you in the deep end because you're top of the screen for me.
Intention for the weekend. I have to let some very important people around me see the real me, and maybe get the opportunity to correct some wrongs. Yeah.
Oh, lessons, brother, just lessons.
Yeah.
Simon.
I've been reflecting on the last 2 years since I did the course and have been involved with Momentum, and I think I'm in a completely different headspace to. I've just continued to grow. I've missed one or two helps on them, maybe one, doesn't matter, whatever it is, and I really just want to get re-engaged and bring some of that change to help the men that might be there, without sounding like I'm sort of a guru at this. I don't know. I'm just feeling in a really good place, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to sharing some of that journey along the way. So I'm really looking forward to the weekend.
Beautiful. Thanks.
Aye.
Brother. Les.
Providing I can get there, I'm really looking forward to standing beside you brothers and be able to my all to these 7 or 9 men that are coming through, and I think it'll be a good reminder for me to be more present in the moment. So I think the workshop's going to help me in that space a little bit. I'm in a good space, have been for quite a while, but yeah, just need to be more present. So yeah, really looking forward to it, providing I can get there. I hope.
Hi.
Hi. I am coming to support, guide, comfort, and love the participants. And for me, that just gives me that feeling of self-worth that I don't get on a 9-to-5. So it's 50-50, 50 giving and 50 taking for me.
Cool.
Ahoy.
Beautiful.
Ahoy.
Thanks, brother. There's nothing wrong with that, mate. That's perfect. Mo.
I am looking forward to providing support to enable these amazing men to commence their journey, and in doing so, see the potential in themselves. And with that, stand side by side with each one of you, and also support and guide where I can. And of course, where need be, I'll just throw a bit of spirit leveling in there. Ahoy.
Ahoy. Bo.
No.
Thanks, Mo. Beautiful, mate.
Les pretty much summed up my intention personally, is to kind of be present more than anything. Forget about everything that's gone around in my life and the outside world, and just kind of give my all to the men going through the process, help them kind of feel how I felt when I went through. But from a selfish standpoint, obviously only doing it 3 months ago, you get taught a lot of stuff, and some of it sticks and some of it kind of goes by the wayside. So I am, from a personal aspect, looking forward to that kind of refresher to pick up some of the stuff that I may have forgotten about going through it 3 months ago. So yeah, I hope.
Ahoy. Thanks, mate. Gaz.
When you first put it on me if I'd like to come, and I said, do you think I can be a help? And you said yes, that's why I'm coming. If I can help somebody, that's great. That helps me. And I'm still broken. I've got a lot of room for improvement. So a few of the waves will wash over me. And I know that when I went, I feel that I personally helped Mr. No-Toe. You know, that's a good feeling. I helped somebody, you know. So
Yep.
if I can help somebody else, that's great. That can't be a bad thing. You know, karma's not always a bitch. Karma can sometimes be nice. So I've had enough of the bitch karma. We're trying to lean into a bit of nice karma now. So yeah, give and take, mate. Give and take.
Beautiful. Thanks, mate. And you will. Your wisdom at your workshop blew me away, because I hadn't seen it like that before, and I'd known you for 10 years probably. So seeing that was pretty amazing. So getting to watch you grow in that space, and then watching you next weekend in that same space, I can't wait. I'm actually excited about watching you next weekend and see how much you give, because you don't realise how much you give.
Yeah, maybe. I'm spinning out a bit.
That's okay. Bo, are you spinning out a bit?
Vivan?
Are you spinning out a bit about going next week?
Yes. I again, like Gary, I asked you, I was like, are you sure you want me to come along? Like, do you think I've learned enough? But then, yeah, looking back, I feel like, yeah, if I can just help one person, even if it's just to, relate with them, just because, being so fresh, make them a little bit more at ease with the whole process then.
100%. Yeah. Who else felt like that at their first workshop, going in to help?
First, second, third, fourth.
Yeah. I can reiterate, Bo and Gary, in terms of the fact that second time round you learn as much as the first time round when you're actually doing it. So it's a really good learning experience, and a lot of the things you miss out sink in. For me it did. So
yeah.
And
I was just going to say, and being a mentor, every time I go to a workshop, another layer of the onion comes off and exposes itself. And then you spend the next 3 months dealing with it or working through it. All part of growing.
Yeah, absolutely. Ahoy.
And I wanted to sort of say that, Simon, you're in that space right now, that 2-year mark where everything has fallen into place for you, and you just want to go, I just want to help everybody, aren't you? Yeah, I can feel that energy, mate. It's like, oh my God, he's there. That's so cool. So yeah, it's good to watch, mate. Very, very proud of you. You've done a lot of work to get there. So because it hasn't been a straight road up, has it?
No way.
It's a bit of a bumpy road at times. this life shit. Okay, so awesome, man. Thanks for the share. For me, my intention is again to support and love. I think, was it you, Stu, that said that? Support and love and guide on that journey. That's exactly what mine is as well. To support you men in that space, because you are leaders as of this moment. In that space, you are leaders, and you lead by example, and you lead by your experience, and you lead by your faults, and you lead by your mistakes and your lessons, all that sort of shit we've learned, and your leaders in that, and you'll show, we fuck up sometimes, we make mistakes sometimes, we have this rocky road to where we're going, but by being consistent and persistent with the work and just checking in on yourself all the time can really change. So just changing that, even for me, just changing that message a little bit about, again, this is the first step for the rest of your life. This weekend rips off the Band-Aid, and now let's do the work and give you the tools so the rest of your life you can actually grow and learn and continue to be the best version of you. So as a team, that's mine as an individual, to support you guys, to support the men there that are coming, and to give them the opportunity to learn and grow and let go of much shit as they can. That's what we're there for. That's what I'm there for. And with support of you amazing men, that's what we'll do. Because we know what it's like. And for Bo, James, and Gary, you guys are going to love to see the difference between day 1 and day 3. Okay, you get to sit back and watch that transformation from day 1 to day 3, and you walk out of there on Sunday afternoon going, "Fuck, we did that. We did that together." And you won't just influence one person there, you guys. You'll influence everyone, every single person. You'll have an influence on them in some way, shape, or form. So,
including the mentors,
including us, absolutely, including us, and yourself for that matter as well. And be mindful of that too, guys. Be mindful of how much you've grown compared to the last time you're there. How much you've taken on board. So, so as for the team intentions, what I'd like you to all to keep in mind is to be patient for some of the men, because some of the men will not speak up initially. We know that every single time. Some men won't speak up. They'll speak up when their time is right. Some men will be challenged. We've got to nurture them through those challenges. Some men will, I think we've got to try and spot some of those men that challenge that might want to be there. And we've got one guy who's coming along who has been paid by his boss to be there. And I've spoken to him a few times before he was coming to the workshop, just about life in general. And I haven't been able to contact him or speak to him since he's been paid to come. So I'm not sure how he's going to hold this space, but I think we have to get into him early in regards to make him feel comfortable. Let's deal with your stuff. This is a safe space. We're here for you. So we have to really nurture him early. I think his name's Brett, so that's easy to remember. Just again, being understanding of their journey, what their journey might have been, the layers of their journey, because even though they open up to us, sometimes we might be the first person they tell some of this stuff to, ever. And we've had that numerous times at the workshop. The first one that ever spoken about a trauma in their life is at the workshop. Yep. Which is, that's pretty powerful.
Very powerful.
and we need to acknowledge how powerful that is and how amazing that is for that person in that moment.
Also, Brett, not only powerful, but also the heightened level of anxiety prior to, and then the amazing amount of relief post. So as an individual releases, as we know, there are various hormones within the body that are just going to kick in, and demonstrating that level of vulnerability, which of course is part of the DNA of Momentum, is significant. If I may, Brett, two things. I want to reflect on the fact that again, then coming to the workshop, as you all have, men over the last 3, now almost into 4 years, you know how much time, effort, energy that took to get to stand side by side with perfect strangers and to experience the the elders coming into that space and the fight and flight reaction that that you and others have experienced. So it takes so much time and effort to actually get there and commit. So let's again be mindful of that. Second thing, Gary, just wanted to speak to you in this open forum to say, mate, if you ever think that you shouldn't be, or you question why me, why am I here, and why is Brett asked, just reflect on that message and that call out to your mate. So message to me and the call to your mate in the last 2 or 3 weeks. That speaks volumes of who you are and of the size of your heart and your level of concern for other men. So that is, again, part of our DNA. If you didn't care, if you didn't have that heart, if you didn't have good karma, you wouldn't be stepping up. So it reaffirms that absolutely you belong at this workshop. So thank you for that, Aho.
No worries, thank you. Aho.
And understand, and thanks, mate, and understanding that about the stories they share with us, sometimes they don't always tell us everything either. There might be something else underneath that as well. So just keep that in mind. We have to be adaptable in the moment. We have to chop and change and adapt that particular scenario for that particular person, that particular moment. And it's important. I know a couple of you talked about being present. It's really important that we are all present in those moments, so we can actually take a step back and see the big picture and what we might need to change. And some of you have developed that skill beautifully over the last few years to be able to do that. So thank you. Be gentle when required. Be firm when we're required. Okay. If we can go down that gentle approach more than the firm approach, great. If a gentle approach doesn't work, we firm up. One of the things we learned at one of the workshops was we were standing there during a warrior's journey, and we'd pre-framed everything, and Stewie was going to be the person who was, I don't know if perpetrator is the right word, but was the person who needed to confront. And Stewie just stood there. And one of the guys said to me, I think Stewie needs to say something. I said, just wait a moment. And all Stewie did, instead of looking to his left eye, looked into his right eye. Looking at the right eye, all of a sudden, it's an aggressive move. That's all he did. And all of a sudden, this guy just, okay, I'm going to tell you everything I need to tell you with a very stern voice. You remember that, Stu?
Yeah.
So sometimes you just have to, it's a subtle change. It's like just staring his right eye rather than second, because we sort of say, look into the person's left eye, that's the acceptance, the heart. Look at the right eye, that's aggressive. And that's all he did. And this guy just went, and he went off at Stu. Didn't have to say anything, didn't have to do anything. And he let it all out in his own volition without having to do anything. That's a gentle approach with him doing what he needs to do. So not the other, there's been other approaches in the past where I just stood up in front of someone and said, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. And that in itself was enough to get them over the line, to get the process that they needed to do. So just be mindful. We have to adapt and be gentle and firm when need be. Obviously supportive, be open, be vulnerable, tell your story, spend some time sharing your story with those men in the breaks, try to spread yourself around a little bit. That'll be good. Try and connect with everyone as much as you can. It's not about us over the weekend. It's about them. We let go of that ego, and we do all that I just mentioned: the patience, the understanding, the adaptability, the gentleness, supportiveness, vulnerability, and openness. And if we do that, our ego goes away, and we just do it without ego. And like I mentioned right at the start, it's because we're all leaders in this space, and they're looking to us for their support and guidance, and we're there to do that. Everyone cool with that? Anything else they want to add to that, if you want to add to that? Because I'm more than happy to add to the list.
You've covered it really well. I'd really like to reaffirm the notion of being present, not only for the men who were supporting, but of course for ourselves and for the mentors. So if you feel that one of the mentors is just not connecting for whatever reason, either speak to Brett and myself in particular, and we'll pull them out. And there's no shame in that, and just everyone be aware that it is an incredibly fluid and organic interaction. So Bo, this is and Gary in particular, as newbies, what you experienced may have been an incredible orchestrated piece of 2.5 days, but the orchestra plays at times to the beat or of a different drum, more of a cacophony than an orchestra, and that's good because it's very, very healthy and organic. So that, and I am going to absolutely reaffirm the notion of leave your ego in your car the day that you arrive. This is not about us. So if you get challenged, back to that point, if you get challenged, okay, know where that challenge is coming from, and accept it, and step back, step side, or step out if need be, and then a debrief in a very supportive manner can be had. Okay, it's not about us; it's about them. And I know that's difficult at times because we're all coming in for the good of, but also we're bringing some stuff, and for some people in particular, some stuff that they need to unload, and that's challenging. It's challenging for everyone that is supporting those men, ourselves as mentors. So just like to reaffirm that.
Thanks, Bo. And just following on from that too, if you find you get triggered, step out.
Yep.
Don't just step out, because we all get triggered at different times. It's hard. We have to play certain roles at certain times. If you can't play the role, step out. If it's too overwhelming, you're exhausted, step out. And the good thing about this, we will hopefully have 11 mentors this time. So that just takes the pressure off. Last time we were under the pump, it was so stressful because we were so short of menu. We had a couple of mentors pull out late last time just because of illness and work commitments, whatever it was. Tristan was work commitments, and Simon got bloody COVID. So we were just 2 numbers down, and it just put stress on us. So this time we've got the ability to have at least 10 or even 11 people. So it just will allow us to run smoothly, a lot more smoothly in that space. So which is really good, which I'm excited about. Other than that, I think that's about it. That's everything on my list I've got, I think. Anything else anyone wants to add, chat about? No? Sweet.
Just looking forward to getting there.
Yeah. Excellent, man. Now, if you rock up before us, before 3 o'clock, the gate will be locked, so you'll have to wait till we arrive, but we'll be there pretty much on 3. Okay, so much appreciated. I really,
if anyone needs a lift from Perth, let me know. I'll be a little bit late, but be there before 5. So
sweet. Thanks, mate. Just a massive thank you from me, man, for volunteering your time and your energy to come across and come down and come into the workshop and give so much of yourselves. And it's truly appreciated, because it wouldn't happen without you. And I'm just excited about spending the time with these great men that I've sat with before, but also I'm very excited about spending some time with Bo, Gary, and James, and just enjoying the space with them as well. It's going to be good fun. So thank you very much. Much appreciated.
you're welcome.
Excellent.
Good.
Thanks, man. I'll pass this on to Tim and James and Ben, and we'll see you. If any problems or any queries, you probably get an email from me later on in the week just about what you need to bring. If you have any queries, just give us a call, guys. Okay.
Great. Looking forward to it.
Much love, man.
All right.
Much love.
Thank you.
Ahoy.
All right. Thanks, Jens.
See you,
Thank
brothers.
you.
See ya.
Cheers, bye.
Bye.
Good days.
And Gary, well done on getting on, mate. First time on Zoom. Well done.
Wow.
Yeah.
Legend.
No.
You did well, mate.
Thank you.
It's tough. It's this shit's hard sometimes. So
Very. I know how to drive a truck, not a phone.
Love you guys. Take care.
See you,
See
dude.
you.
Thank you. See you in a few
Thanks.
days.
Hey, brother.
See you, brother.